if you guys can hear that, but it sounds like something is dragging on the ground. I have no idea what that would be. I just did a 4th gear pull, and then I noticed that after I did the pull. So I'm sure you guys can hear that. I'm about to pull over and see what that is. It's really loud. I have no lights on or anything. Sounds like it could be metal. Probably know what it is. Jeez. Yeah, I think I know what that sound is. Let's see, everybody. I'm on my freaking way to work, too. The hell? Oh. Yeah. Oh, crap. That totally broke. Well, damn. Okay. So I must have hit something in the road and it ripped it right off. Crap. All right, I don't know if this is gonna work. This is how the car's sitting right now. It sucks that our driveway has to be slanted, but it looks relatively level right now. So I'm just gonna see if I can jack it up just enough right here so that I can squeeze enough of my body under there to undo it. We'll see. Just to be extra safe, I'm gonna put a wheel chock under the rear driver's side tire. This is an example of do not try this at home. Wow, dude, this thing has gotten shredded. That's crazy. Look at it over there. Got one of these things. So now it's only being held in by one clip all the way in the back. I already don't like this at all, just because I'm in the driveway. Kind of sketches me out. I just have to get that one little 90-degree clip out. Screw, whatever you want to call it.
Are you supposed to do that on like a low level surface, babe?
Yes, you are.
Do you have all the screws to screw that back in?
I can't go back in, it's all ruined.
Is it?
I just have to get one screw out, but it's way back there.
Did it mess up like any part of the car under?
No. All right, babe, come here. Can you hold this up like this?
You want me to do it?
No, just hold this up like this. All right, get out of here.
Wow.
This is why I would like to either buy a house with land or buy a house with a shop already there. A nice 2-story garage so I can have a nice lift. That gave me the heebie-jeebies. Tell you what, boys, I was not born to be a mechanic. That's for sure. This thing got mangled. I already bought one. I called Brandon Honda here in Brandon, Florida, and they quoted me $297 for this. Not the whole thing. I made it very clear like 3 times, not the whole thing. I just need the aluminum part. I had the part number ready and everything like that. $297. So I bought it off of honda.partsonline.com, or I don't know, something like that. So it should be here in a few days. Oh, big bump. God, these roads are awful. Well, my friends, it is 7:18 p.m. I'm driving home from work, and it's a good thing I stayed and worked out because there was like a torrential downpour when I got off. This is the tail end of it. Big storm, we lost power at the house and everything. But since I don't have a splash shield, I don't know if that would have caused any problems or not. I don't know. Not really interested in taking that risk in my baby. This car is my baby. It is. And I know a lot of your Type Rs are your babies too. Oh yeah, bud? Oh. We got good traction. There we go. Man, this is the best car in the world, guys. Best car in the world. Although, you know what I think about a lot, guys? I think about that amazing sound that you get in the FL5 when you open and close the door. That nice sounding thunk. I can't snap. That nice sounding thunk, like that. And then the same thing when you roll the window up and it hits the top. You get that nice. It sounds so good. Yeah, the quality is definitely. I think about the quality all the time in the FL5. I just really hope at some point there become available some aftermarket options for the front bumper, like a completely different front bumper. That's my only complaint visually with the FL5 is the front bumper. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would still, if I could swing it comfortably, I would buy one and I would drive it and I would love every second of it. But, you know, I am a human being on Earth and I'm allowed to have my nitpicky opinions. Currently, right now, my nitpicky negative opinion about my Type R is the Thanos chin and back. So once the garage is all cleared up, when the 8th gen is done being worked on, I will install the J's Racing rear diffuser. I haven't seen anybody post an install video for that yet. I mean, for God's sakes, J's Racing makes that to order. So I forget how long it took to come in, like 7 months or something crazy like that, 8 months. Absolutely absurd. Ooh, man, when I drove this, I wish I would have recorded it. When I drove this the first time, after not driving it for a month and only driving the 8th gen, dude, I floored it onto the highway in 4th gear, just in 4th gear. And I was blown away by how fast this car is. Like the great thing about having two cars is that when you drive one for a week, and then you go back and drive the other one on like a Saturday or Sunday, you appreciate it much more. You're like, oh, wow, I miss this. And I like having that dynamic. It was this, I think that's probably the main reason why, well, it's not the main reason. I think that's one of the reasons why it took me so long to finally put the BRZ up for sale, is because I would go back and forth between these two cars, and every single time I drove the Type R for a week, and then I got in the BRZ, I was like in love with it again, you know? So that was a totally selfish thing. I really should have sold that BRZ right when it got back from Caliber Collision after it got repaired. I should have sold it then. I would have gotten more money for it too because of how the market was in early 2023, but you know, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I'm happy with where I'm at right now. I actually just saw another 8th gen Civic Si and FA5 go up for auction on Cars and Bids today. It is a 2011, I think. It's that ugly blue color. It's not the Fiji blue, it's the ugly blue color. And it has 98,000 miles, not modified. So that's pretty cool. I'm really interested to see how much that sells for. I'm gonna guess it'll go for like, I'm gonna make a prediction right now, and I will follow up with this. I'm going to predict 13 grand. The only reason I'm thinking that high is because it is a refreshed 8th gen. But we'll see. A lot of people seem to like the refreshed look better. I like the sleeker look of the front end on the pre-refresh, even though I'm gonna do an FA5 conversion anyway. And I also prefer the rear end. It doesn't have any chrome. Oh, this car is such a pleasure to drive. So on the way home yesterday, my splash shield was dragging the whole entire way, and I wouldn't hear it if I was going maybe like 20 miles an hour and under, but once I got over 30 miles an hour, I could hear it constantly dragging because of, you know, the air flow. I don't know how much of a difference this made. I might just be, you know, stupid, but I was driving in sport and R mode the whole way home. I normally drive in comfort, and I know that annoys a lot of you, but that's just the way I am. Sorry. Actually, I'll put it in sport right now. But I was in sport and R mode so that this, in my mind, the suspension has less travel, and that hypothetically would result in a lesser chance of the splash shield getting further damaged and, you know, possibly ripping off the rest of the, you know, the splash shield, like the plastic parts. I don't know if that makes any sense. That's what was going through my mind, so that's what I did. I'll tell you what though, that whole situation in the driveway this morning with Vivian, that was really sketchy.